because it's later on the same day, I decided I might not be in the mood to do this tomorrow, so it might be best to do this now, while I'm feeling up for doing it. So I'm going to read another book to you now. I talked about reading this one as well. So when I was thinking about reading a book out loud, the first book that came to mind was The Tiger Tree. The second one was this one. It's called A Child of Galaxies, and it's by Blakey Nuto. I'm really sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Excuse me. I got it from doing a Kickstarter. Last year we had some really good news about some funding, and I decided to use the extra money that we had that month to go and do a load of Kickstarters, and then I forgot about all of them until they started turning up through the door. But it was lovely because I got this really gorgeous book, and I'm so happy that I pledged on this one. I think this is going to be actually published and available to buy outside of a Kickstarter. I think it's going to look slightly different, and also I was lucky enough that I got a signed copy that says "To Pesky, seek out the wonderful." So I'm hoping one day when Blakey is very famous for these beautiful books, I'm like, oh, I've got their autograph. Anyway, so A Child of Galaxies. We're going to go for this one today. Excuse me. It's written and illustrated by Blakey. So it is quite beautiful. I've not read this as many times as the other one, so it might not be quite so smooth. It's Australian as well. He's got a really interesting way of writing. I'm saying he, sorry if it's not he, I'm assuming. But they often post lots of poems that they put on Instagram in their handwriting, and they're always really, I don't know, I find them quite really heartwarming. So, your body was made from the stuff of the stars. You're the child of a galaxy's dreaming. That's that page. And look at these coloured squiggles around the edge. It's really nice. You're a speck within worlds, in a world among worlds. But you're here, you're awake, you are breathing. Which is probably quite apposite for this time of the year. You have time, you have limbs, and a mind that sprouts wings. Obviously this is aimed at children. You've a life that's in wait for your leading. I really like this little fellow with his easel. In the universe wide, have a spring in your stride. Got some nice naked children running. That's a terrible phrase for me to say. Anyway, just children enjoying themselves in nature. That's probably a better way of saying it. With the knowledge you have, all you'll be needing. I think these are silver birch trees with the collar and the bark on them. I think the one in the middle is my favourite, with these little yellow backpack on. And she has a pink one too, it's quite nice. But shadows may creep up your walls while you sleep, to put questions in all of your knowing. Till in place of a head full of star stuff instead, you will wonder just where you are going. I like how it's gone dark with this one. It's for questioning the way we feel about things. And there's all these creepy monsters coming in from the edges, creeping into our head. As we all know, we all sometimes have monsters creeping in our heads. But the Earth is still here after billions of years, still turning in its playful orbit. Here's some of the lovely creatures on the planet still. After all of this time needing reason nor rhyme, now there is a thought, just absorb it. I think with me showing you the pictures, I'm losing the track, losing a bit of the pentameter of the poem. So I do apologise for butchering it. I might read it all again in one go. And though your part's small, you are part of it all. You are rooted right here on its surface, heading nowhere at all on a life-giving ball. You can only suppose at the purpose. I like the life-giving ball and all the bicycles around it. Excuse me. But here's the big if. If you didn't exist, think of all that you wouldn't be versed in, like a crisp autumn morn with a diamond dew lawn, or a summertime sea you're immersed in. I think I got that verse a little better. This writing, it's just so gorgeous. And yeah, if we weren't around, alright, we can't touch this painting, but we wouldn't get to see beautiful sakura blossoms. We wouldn't get to go to the museums and galleries. And on this one, this is a lovely page. This is the summertime sea, and they're swimming in the middle with all of the beautiful creatures around them. I don't know what any of them are. Can't help you with that. And alive you'll share friends, you'll know love without end, you'll feel rain from infinity teeming. Your palm can discover the palm of another and feel tiny eternities streaming. I don't know if you can see these silhouettes of people holding hands. And it carries on to the other side. It's like a nice little parade of friends holding each other's hands. That line, your palm can discover the palm of another. It's really gorgeous. And though shadows persist and the palm forms a fist, it is time that will usher their passing. And time will go on longer than they'll be wrong, and will be there when shadows stop lasting. Like the moon phases. Although the children are the same age in each picture, I like to think it's the children going through the phases of their lives too. Because they've got like different interests, different things. Quite a big book, isn't it? And the planets are far, swim in oceans of stars, quite indifferent to all of this worry. And you're made out of stars, the same stuff that they are, so be like the stars in no hurry. He's got a nice top on. I'm not sure whether this is meant to be all, I think it might be to represent that we're all made out of all the same things. Like a star and a banana and a satsuma. We're all made out of the same stuff, all the same elements. Oh, this one's lovely, look at this. And instead of the hours, count up the flowers, still at play like the year you were born in. There's some lovely flowers on there. Till you pass evermore through the veiled black door and embrace the mysterious morning. Covers quite a lot of themes for a children's book. Like a lot of quite abstract themes, I think. I think it's important to not hide these things from children. I don't have children. I certainly think that we need to be honest with each other, just generally, and that includes being honest with children because they're just small adults. And at the back there's a little thank you to everyone who believed in this book, with a nice little line of people. It says on the back, A Child of Galaxies is a book about wonder, mystery, resilience and play. It speaks of how we are made of star stuff. It celebrates the potential of this idea, explores how this story of the planets and stars, which is our own story, can help us navigate through the darker parts of life towards a sense of wonder and joy. So, I wanted to read this book anyway because I think it's a really nice message. But particularly at this time, because I feel like we're in this dark section of the book. Where is it? Oh, like sound effect. Shadows may creep at your walls while you sleep, and that you might wonder where we're all going. But the earth has been through all this stuff before, and people have been through this before, and everything looks a bit rubbish this week, and we know it's going to be a bit rubbish for the next few weeks, but I think if we all look after each other and we all do what we can for each other, we can get through it. I really think we can, and hopefully we'll be like these people and we'll remember that our palms can discover the palm of another, even when that palm seems to be turning into a fist. And we can remember that we're made out of the same things as the planets, and that they've been here for a long time before we were born, and they'll be here for a long time after. So I do recommend this illustrator. They're on Instagram. They post a lot of interesting little poems that they've written. And I was reminded today, they were talking about this book and how they hope that some people, while they're isolated, self-isolated, socially isolated, would read it with their children. I think perhaps schools are closed in Australia, and they're not closed here in England. They're closed in America and Australia, I believe. So they were suggesting reading it to your children while they're off school and talking to them about the difficulties that we're all facing and how we need to pull together. Okay, I hope that was helpful again. I had some really nice feedback already about the tiger tree. My friend Jill told me what the painting was I was thinking of. It's by Henri Rousseau, not whoever it was I said. Gauguin, I think I said. Not him. I think he did other similar things, but that was the very thing that I was thinking of, the picture that she sent me through Messenger. And there were a lot of people who said that they liked the calm way that I was telling the story and talking to you, and I think he was quite surprised at how calm I was in the video. But this is the videos that I enjoy watching, of people talking calmly and steadily and pointing at things in books and listening to the pages, and just a little friendly ramble. So I'm definitely going to carry on doing this. I might even have a different dress on tomorrow, who knows. So I'll see you soon. Bye.